The world changed the day the meteors fell from the sky. Lieutenant Alex Carter had been stationed at the remote research outpost for 6 months. His job was simple: guard the scientists as they studied strange atmospheric patterns. The assignment was supposed to be easy, boring even. Nothing ever happened at Research Station 9, hidden away in the mountains, until the meteors came. Alex had been outside when the first one hit. The ground shook beneath his boots, and a wall of heat slammed into him, knocking him backward. He watched in horror as more fiery objects punched through the clouds, each one striking with devastating force. The main research building took a direct hit. The structure collapsed in seconds. Screams filled the air as people ran for safety. Alex ran toward the chaos, not away from it. Years of military training kicked in. He helped those he could, pulling injured scientists from smoking rubble, directing others to safety. Even as more meteors continued to fall by nightfall, the attack had stopped, if it was an attack at all. 17 dead, 30 injured. The research station lay in ruins. Emergency protocols activated, distress signals sent. But help would take days to arrive this far from civilization. Alex joined the other survivors, setting up a makeshift medical camp. Dr. Lily Marsh took charge of the wounded, working tirelessly through the night. Lily had arrived at the station only a month earlier, her expertise in emergency medicine now proving invaluable. The next morning, Alex led a search team back into the wreckage looking for survivors. They found only bodies until the third day. Alex had been searching alone, having split from his team to cover more ground. The eastern laboratory wing had partially collapsed, the air thick with dust and smoke. He crawled through a narrow opening, calling out for survivors. That's when he saw the purple glow, faint at first, easily missed but unmistakable once spotted, a soft lavender light pulsing beneath a fallen support beam. Something was moving. Alex rushed forward, pushing aside debris. His heart stopped when he saw her, a female creature with iridescent lavender skin, trapped beneath the rubble. She looked almost human, but clearly wasn't. Her ears curved to slight points. Her skin had a subtle scale pattern visible where her strange armor had torn away. Most striking were her eyes. When they snapped open, Alex gasped, silver irises that seemed to glow in the dim light. They fixed on him with frightening intelligence. The creature hissed, revealing sharp teeth. Her 6-fingered hand shot out, grabbing his wrist with surprising strength. Alex felt bones grind together under her grip. He raised his other hand, showing he was unarmed. Not a threat. Easy now. I'm here to help. The creature stared at him, her expression unreadable. After several tense seconds, she slowly released her grip, allowing Alex to move closer. Working carefully, he shifted the beam, pinning her legs. Strange markings covered her exposed skin, symbols or tattoos perhaps. They pulsed with the same faint purple light he had noticed earlier. Her clothing resembled battle armor, though most was damaged. When finally free, the creature stood, revealing her impressive height, nearly 7 feet tall. She swayed unsteadily, one hand bracing against the wall for support. "My name is Alex," he said, pointing to himself, then waiting. The creature tilted her head, studying him. She touched her chest. "Kira." She responded, her voice musical yet rough, as if unused to human speech or perhaps human vocal cords. Alex led Kira from the rubble toward the temporary medical camp. Outside, they could see the full devastation. The research outpost lay in ruins, smoke still rising from multiple impact sites. Dr. Lily Marsh rushed forward when she spotted them. Her eyes widened at the sight of Kira. "You found one alive?" She whispered. "One." Alex questioned. "What do you mean?" "One." Lily gestured to a sealed tent at the edge of camp. "We found another yesterday. Didn't survive the impact." She glanced at Kira. "This one's different, though. The other was more reptilian. This one looks almost human." Alex finished. Lily examined Kira, finding multiple injuries, yet nothing life-threatening. "Remarkable healing already happening," she noted, pointing to a gash on Kira's arm that was visibly closing, even as they watched. The creature allowed the examination, her silver eyes constantly scanning the camp, memorizing details. Lily took blood samples with Kira's permission. "Who are you?" she asked. Where did you come from? Kira merely stared at the night sky, now visible through clearing. Smoke Alex brought Kira food and water. She sniffed both suspiciously before consuming them with surprising speed. Her movements were graceful, despite injuries far too graceful for someone her size. That night, Alex found Kira sitting outside the medical tent staring at the stars, her expression troubled. The strange markings on her skin glowed brighter in the darkness. Are those tattoos? He asked, pointing to the symbols. Kira traced one with a 6-fingered hand. Records, she said. Not understanding the meaning. Alex moved on. Do you want to see the other one like you? He asked. The one that didn't make it. Kira nodded, following Alex to the sealed tent. Inside lay another creature similar to Kira but with greener skin and more prominent scales. The body had been badly damaged in the crash. Kira studied the dead alien, making a soft clicking sound in her throat. Not like me, she said. Different, clan, different purpose. What purpose? Alex asked. Kira turned those unnerving silver eyes toward him. Scout, she said, pointing to the dead alien. Then pointed to herself. Pathfinder. Over the next few days, Kira recovered quickly. She began learning English. With remarkable speed, Alex visited daily, bringing her food and teaching her about humans. She seemed particularly interested in their weapons and defense systems, which made Alex increasingly uneasy. Lily continued her examinations, fascinated by Kira's biology. Her blood contained elements unknown to Earth science. Her cellular structure regenerated at rates impossible for humans. Her strength tested at nearly 5 times that of a human male. Her size. 1 week after her rescue, Alex found Kira examining the damaged communication array. The equipment had been partially repaired enough to send emergency signals, but not much else. Looking for something? He asked. Kira turned. Her silver eyes narrowed. My people will come. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. For rescue. No. Kira touched the strange markings on her arm. They glowed brighter. I am Pathfinder. First to make contact. First to learn. First to signal. Understanding dawned on Alex. The meteor shower wasn't at random. Kira shook her head. Scouts, not meant to cause such damage too early. Too fast, you're an advanced scout. Alex stepped back. For what expansion? Kira replied simply. My kind needs new worlds. Your planet suitable. Alex felt fear rise in his chest. You're planning an invasion, Kira tilted. Her head. This is way of things. Strong survive. Weak perish. Humans aren't weak, Alex argued. We've survived worse. Perhaps. Kira studied him. This why I find you interesting. Your people small, fragile. Yet you risked life to save enemy. I didn't know you were an enemy. Alex said I just saw someone who needed help. Kira stepped closer. Her head tilting. Strange concept. Help without gain, it's called compassion. Alex replied. Something worth fighting for. Kira remained silent for long moments. The markings on her skin pulsed faster. My signal device damaged in crash, cannot call others yet. She looked toward the horizon. Time remains before they search. Time for what to learn. Kira said. To understand this compassion. To decide. Alex realized what she offered. A chance. To show you humans deserve to survive. Kira nodded. I am Pathfinder. First contact. First judgment. Then let me show you what makes humanity worth saving. Alex held out his hand. Kira stared at the offered hand, then slowly extended her own. Their fingers touched, alien and human, connected by something neither fully understood. That night as stars shone overhead, Kira made her first human decision. She buried her signal device deep in the earth. Her people would come eventually, but when they arrived, they would find a Pathfinder changed by human compassion, and perhaps a new path forward for both species. The days following Kira's decision brought new challenges. Word spread quickly through the survivor camp about the alien woman. Reactions varied from fear to fascination. Most kept their distance, viewing her as a potential threat. A few braver souls Attempted conversation drawn by curiosity, Alex became Kira's unofficial guide. He showed her the remnants of human technology, explaining its purpose. The alien woman absorbed everything with remarkable speed. Her questions grew increasingly complex, revealing an intelligence far beyond human capability. Dr. Lily Marsh continued her examinations, documenting everything. Each discovery painted a clearer picture of a species evolved for combat. Kira's muscle density, bone structure, even her sensory capabilities all suggested a warrior race. "You were made for war," Lily said one afternoon as she recorded Kira's accelerated healing rate. Kira tilted her head. "We were remade," she corrected. "Many generations ago. My ancestors were peaceful." "Slow, weak, what happened?" Lily asked. "Necessity," Kira replied. "The stars are crowded, more crowded than you know many. Hunger for new worlds." Alex watched from nearby. The implications chilled him. How many other species were out there? How many posed potential threats to Earth? They received word that a military extraction team would arrive within days. The research station's distress signal had finally brought response. Government officials wanted survivors evacuated and the site secured. No mention was made of alien visitors. Alex knew what would happen if authorities discovered Kira. She would be taken, studied, perhaps dissected, a living specimen of extraterrestrial life. Her fate would not be pleasant. He approached her that evening as she sat watching the sunset, her lavender skin glowing in the fading light. "You need to leave," he said. "Military coming." Soon Kira turned those unnerving silver eyes toward him. "Why tell me this?" Alex struggled to articulate his feelings. "Because what they would do to you, it isn't right." The alien woman studied him. The concept still strange to her. "This compassion even for enemy. You're not my enemy." Alex said, "Not anymore." "They can't hurt me," Kira said with confidence. "Too strong." Alex shook his head. "They have weapons technology you haven't seen, and numbers. Many numbers." Kira considered this human military dangerous. Very. That night they made plans. Kira revealed she had tracked the location of her landing pod, nearly 2 miles from the main impact site. The craft might still be operational enough to hide her presence from human authorities. Before dawn, Alex helped Kira slip away from camp. They hiked through dense forest, Kira moving with effortless grace despite the difficult terrain. Her night vision proved remarkable, guiding them when Alex's flashlight failed. The landing pod sat wedged between 2 massive pine trees. Its metallic surface shimmered with strange iridescence, similar to Kira's skin. The craft was small, barely large enough for a single occupant. Its design sleek, predatory. Kira placed her hand against the hull. The entire surface rippled like water. A doorway appeared where none had been visible before. The craft recognized her. She turned to Alex. "Can be repaired. Not for space travel, but for hiding." "Yes, how long?" Alex asked. "How long until your people come looking?" Kira looked skyward. 1 orbital cycle, she said. 1 of your years. Perhaps less if scouts do not return. A year, Alex thought. A year to convince an alien scout that humanity deserved to live. A year to prevent an invasion. Kira sensed his thoughts. "Pathfinder judgment matters," she said. "My word has weight, but only one voice. Many will come. Many voices." The next day, Alex returned to camp claiming he had been scouting the perimeter. No one questioned his absence, too busy preparing for evacuation. Military helicopters would arrive within 48 hours. That night, Alex snuck out again, bringing supplies to Kira's hidden pod. He found her repairing the craft systems, strange tools, extended from her armor, working with precision no human hands could match. The pod housed sophisticated technology Alex could barely comprehend. Communication systems, sensor arrays, and information storage beyond anything humans had developed. The information this single craft contained could advance Earth science by decades. For 12 days, Alex maintained this pattern, helping survivors during daylight, visiting Kira at night. Each visit, he brought something new. Books, music, recordings, food, all to help her understand humanity. Kira proved an eager student. Her grasp of language expanded rapidly. She devoured information, asking questions that revealed both her intelligence and her different way of thinking. Why waste resources on weak? Alex found her particularly puzzled by human hospitals. On my world, weak are left to strengthen or perish, because every life has value. Alex explained. Each person unique with something to offer. Kira struggled with this concept in her society. Worth was measured by utility to the collective strength, intelligence, reproductive capacity. These determined one's place. Yet she learned watching videos of human interaction, studying their art, their music, their conflicts and reconciliations. She began to see patterns, complexities she hadn't expected. Human compassion extends beyond logic, she noted, not merely cooperation for mutual benefit, something else. Alex smiled. Something better. The extraction team arrived as scheduled. Military personnel quickly took control of the site. Scientists were debriefed. Survivors evacuated. Alex found himself separated from Lily as different departments claimed jurisdiction. Colonel Grace Wilson headed the operation. A stern woman with gray hair and calculating eyes, she interviewed each survivor personally. When Alex's turn came, her questions proved unexpectedly specific. Tell me about the meteor impacts, Lieutenant. She began. Were they random or patterned? Random, sir, Alex lied, knowing they had been anything but any unusual findings in the wreckage. Nothing unusual, sir. Just rocks. Colonel Wilson studied him, her expression revealing nothing. Several survivors reported unusual lights in the forest at night. Lieutenant, any explanation? Probably search teams. Sir Alex maintained eye contact, knowing any sign of deception would be noted. The colonel leaned forward. Those same witnesses claim you frequently left camp at night. Care to explain? Couldn't sleep, Sir Alex said. Walked perimeter, checked for threats. Wilson nodded slowly, but her eyes remained suspicious. You're being reassigned. Lieutenant effective immediately. Transport leaves in 2 hours. Alex knew this meant trouble. He needed to warn Kira. As soon as the interview ended, he sought out Lily, finding her packing medical equipment. They know, he whispered. Something about lights in the forest. They're looking for her. Lily's eyes widened. What will you do? Get to her first. Tell her to move deeper into the mountains. The doctor pressed a small device into his hand. Take this. My research might help her understand us better. Alex slipped away during the confusion of evacuation preparations. The forest had grown familiar to him now. He moved quickly, knowing time was short. When he reached the landing pod, he found Kira already alert. Her craft had detected increased human activity in the area. Military scans searching for anomalies. They know you're here, Alex explained. We need to move you somewhere safer. Kira tilted her head, studying him. Why help me? Still your duty to your kind. Alex hesitated, uncertain himself why he continued to protect an advanced scout for an alien invasion. I believe in giving everyone a chance to choose differently than what they're programmed for. Kira's silver eyes seemed to look through him. Her markings pulsed with increased light. He realized she was scanning him somehow. You fear me, she stated. Yes, yet help me still. Alex nodded. Interesting. They moved the pod deeper into the mountains, using a ravine for cover. Kira activated camouflage systems that bent light around the craft, making it nearly invisible to human detection. The technology far exceeded anything Earth had developed. Before returning to base, Alex gave Kira Lily's research device. It contained extensive data on human biology, psychology, history. Everything the doctor had gathered to help bridge understanding between species. Kira accepted the gift. This will help judgment. When Alex returned to camp, Colonel Wilson was waiting. His absence had been noted. A search team followed, but lost his trail in the mountains. You're in serious trouble, Lieutenant, she said. Your loyalty seems questionable. Alex stood at attention. Loyal to humanity, sir. Always. The colonel studied him for long moments. Very well, she finally said. You will be transported to headquarters for further debriefing. A team will remain here to investigate these anomalous readings. We're detecting. Alex knew what that meant. They would keep searching for Kira. The question was whether she could remain. hidden long enough to understand what humanity truly offered. That night, as military transport carried him away from the mountains, Alex watched the forest fade into darkness. Somewhere in those trees, an alien woman studied humanity. Her judgment would eventually determine Earth's fate, and Alex had given her everything she needed to make that decision. He could only hope it would be enough. 3 months passed since Alex last saw Kira. Military intelligence kept him isolated. Endless debriefings, psychological evaluations, tests to determine if he had been compromised by the suspected alien contact. Colonel Wilson remained convinced something extraterrestrial had survived the meteor impacts. But without evidence, she could only hold Alex so long. Finally cleared for duty, Alex received new orders: assignment to a special research division, studying meteor fragments recovered from the impact site. The facility sat underground beneath a mountain complex 20 miles from the original crash. Alex recognized the opportunity. Maybe he could learn what the military knew about Kira. Maybe he could warn her if they were getting close. The research facility buzzed with activity. Scientists in protective gear examined fragments of metallic material, clearly not natural rock. These pieces had survived re-entry with minimal damage. Their composition defied conventional analysis. Dr. Lily Marsh worked among them. Alex felt relief seeing a familiar face. She gave no sign of recognition when he entered their shared lab space. But later, as they worked alone, she whispered, "She contacted me." Alex froze, keeping his expression neutral. Cameras monitored every corner of the facility. Who, he asked, though he knew. The frequency matches her signal device, Lily explained. 2 weeks ago, brief transmission coordinates. Nothing else. Hope surged through Alex. She survived. The military hadn't found her. But why? Risk exposure now, after months of silence. "I need to find her," he said. "Dangerous," Lily warned. "They're watching you especially," Alex nodded, understanding the risk, but determined nonetheless. It took 3 weeks to arrange. He carefully established patterns, working late, claiming insomnia, gaining trust through predictable behavior. Night shift security grew accustomed to his presence. When his moment came, Alex accessed the facility's vehicle pool. A maintenance truck missing for 12 hours would raise questions, but not immediate alarm. Enough time, perhaps. The coordinates led deep into wilderness, miles from any road. Alex abandoned the truck, continuing on foot. Heavy rain provided cover, washing away tracks. The military would follow eventually, but not quickly enough. After hours of hiking, Alex reached a small cave entrance, hidden, unless you knew exactly where to look. He hesitated at the threshold, then called softly, "Kira." Silence, followed by subtle movement from within. The cave illuminated with faint purple light. Alex stepped inside, finding not just the cave, but sophisticated equipment lining its walls. The pod had been dismantled, its technology repurposed. Screens displayed information in alien script, while others monitored military communications. The setup impressed him. Kira had been busy. The alien woman emerged from deeper within the cave. Her appearance had changed, her hair grown longer, her movements more human, less predatory. The battle armor replaced with practical earth clothing adapted to her larger frame. "You came," she said, her voice smoother now. Having mastered human speech patterns, Alex nodded. "Of course. But how did you know to contact Lily?" Kira gestured toward the equipment. "Your military increased scanning range, needed to move. Deeper, needed help." She led him through the cave, revealing an extensive complex far larger than natural formation. Alex realized Kira had modified it, using technology from her pod. "I've been learning." She explained, "Information transmitted by my pod. Before damage. Detailed studies of human civilization, history, conflicts, beliefs, systems of governance, social structures." Alex noticed multiple screens displaying news broadcasts, historical documentaries, cultural programs, books lined makeshift shelves, everything from philosophy to engineering. "And what have you learned?" he asked. The question that had haunted him for months. "What judgment have you reached?" Kira turned those silver eyes toward him. "Humans confuse me," she admitted. "Your species contradicts. Itself capable of both tremendous violence and remarkable compassion. Often simultaneously, she moved to a display showing scenes of human conflict alongside acts of heroism. Your history filled with destruction, yet also creation. Your societies both tribal and universal, compared to your people. Alex asked. Kira nodded. My kind, we are singular in purpose. Expansion, survival at any cost. Unity through strength. We do not question our path. Alex studied her. Do you question it? Now Kira remained silent. For long moments, then almost imperceptibly nodded. She showed Alex what she had learned from studying humans. The transmission from Lily contained detailed biological information, demonstrating human genetic diversity. Something Kira's species lacked. We were engineered, she explained. Many cycles ago. Original diversity sacrificed for strength, uniformity, purpose. This explained the similar appearance of the two aliens found at the crash site. Despite clan differences, they shared fundamental characteristics. Your diversity makes you adaptable. Kira continued, able to survive changing conditions without engineering. Each human unique, thinking differently, seeing differently. Is that good or bad? Alex asked. Kira tilted her head. Inefficient, yet produces unexpected solutions. My people would never have created your art, your music, your conflicting philosophies. We cannot see purpose, yet these things matter to you. She gestured toward books, music recordings. These things with no survival value. They help us survive, Alex explained. Not our bodies, but our spirits. They remind us why survival matters. This concept fascinated Kira. Purpose beyond mere existence. The alien had spent months trying to understand why humans expended resources on activities with no practical benefit. Yet these seemed central to human identity. My time grows short, she said abruptly. Alex felt alarm. What do you mean? Kira pointed to a display showing orbital calculations. My people follow protocol. When scouts do not return, pathfinders expected to signal. If no signal received, investigation follows. How long? Alex asked. 3 of your months. Perhaps less. 3 months, until potential invasion. Alex thought quickly. Can you contact them? Tell them this world is not suitable. Kira shook her head. Limited. Equipment. Can hide presence, cannot transmit long range. Without proper signal, they will send assessment force. Standard protocol. Alex paced the cave, considering options. Can they be fought? Kira gave him a look that needed no translation. The technological gap too vast. Then we convince them, Alex said. When they arrive, you speak for us. Show them what you've learned, that humans deserve to exist, that we can offer something valuable. Kira studied him. For this to work, I need more. Complete understanding. Your military hunts me, limits my observations. Alex made a decision then that would change everything. I'll help you meet more humans, experience more of Earth, not just through recordings and transmissions, but directly. Dangerous. Kira warned. For both. Yes, Alex agreed. But necessary. They spent hours planning. Alex would return to the facility, maintaining his cover, while secretly arranging safe observation opportunities for Kira, places she could witness humanity firsthand, without detection. But as dawn approached, Alex needed to leave. Return before his absence created alarm. Kira walked with him to the cave entrance. The rain had stopped, stars visible through breaking clouds. She looked upward, her expression unreadable. When we first met, you saved me without knowing what I was, she said. Now knowing what I am, what my presence means for your world, you still help. Why? Alex considered the question. Because I believe people can change. Even alien people. I believe understanding leads to peace better than fear or force. And because, he added softly, it's the right thing to do. Kira tilted her head, studying him with those silver eyes. Something had changed in her gaze. Less clinical. More something else. You once told me, compassion is worth fighting. For, she said, I begin to understand. Alex returned to the facility, slipping in during shift change. His absence noted but excused. The maintenance truck returned to its proper place. With only minor reprimand for improper checkout procedures, in the weeks that followed, Alex arranged brief excursions for Kira. Carefully timed minimal risk. Small town festivals, night markets, remote observation points. Always keeping her hidden. Always teaching. Kira witnessed human interaction in all its complexity. Family bonds, community support, conflicts, and reconciliations. She observed humans helping strangers with no expectation of return. Caring for the injured and weak. Protecting children not their own. Alex explained the concepts as best he could, but some things required direct experience. Time passed too quickly. The deadline approached. Kira's people would arrive soon, her judgment nearly complete. But still, she hesitated. Uncertain which path served truth. Alex knew they needed something more dramatic, some undeniable demonstration of humanity's worth. The final piece to tip the balance, and then disaster struck, providing exactly that opportunity. A massive wildfire erupted in the mountains. Dry conditions, high winds, perfect storm. Lightning strike. Ignited dense forest flames spread rapidly toward nearby communities. Military personnel, including Alex, were deployed to assist evacuation efforts. The research facility temporarily repurposed for emergency response. Alex knew Kira's cave lay directly in the path of the advancing fire. He had no way to warn her. No way to know if she'd already fled as evacuees poured into the emergency shelter. Alex worked tirelessly, helping the injured, comforting children separated from parents, organizing supplies. But his thoughts remained with Kira. On the third day of firefighting efforts, Alex joined a team, checking remote cabins for stragglers. The helicopter dropped them near the fire line. The heat, intense smoke, choking visibility. That's when he saw her. The wildfire burned for 6 more days, destroying thousands of acres before rain finally helped containment efforts. News of the strange rescuer spread quickly. Witnesses described a tall purple woman with incredible strength who appeared from nowhere, saving those trapped by advancing flames. Military officials dismissed the stories as smoke-induced hallucinations, stress responses to trauma. But Colonel Wilson knew better. She summoned Alex to her temporary command center set up in the evacuation zone. The colonel studied him with cold calculation as he entered. "These rescue stories, Lieutenant," she began. "Some interesting details. Survivors mention purple skin, silver eyes sound familiar." Alex maintained a neutral expression. "Smoke can cause people to see strange things, sir." Wilson slammed her hand on the desk. "Enough games, Carter. I know you've been in contact with the alien satellite. Tracking shows your movements. Vehicle logs, missing hours, security footage gaps. All point to your involvement." Alex remained silent. The colonel continued more calmly. "We need to find this creature. Before anyone else does, understand the technology, the potential weapons applications, the tactical advantages. Her people represent a threat. We need to prepare." "Is that all you see?" Alex asked. "A weapon, a threat." Wilson leaned forward. "What else matters, Lieutenant? The safety of our world, or some misplaced loyalty to an alien scout?" Alex understood. Then the fundamental difference between his approach and the military's. Where he saw possibility for peace, they saw only strategic advantage, enemy or asset. Nothing more. The colonel studied his expression carefully. "Your idealism is dangerous." "Carter," she said, "we're not interested in friendship. We're interested in survival. If these aliens possess technology to cross interstellar space, their weapons capabilities would be beyond anything we can counter. We need leverage, information, specimens, specimens." Alex repeated the word with distaste. "She's intelligent, Colonel, self-aware, has rights." Wilson laughed softly. "Rights, Lieutenant. She represents an advance force for potential planetary invasion. Her existence threatens billions of human lives. Your concern for her rights is noted, Lieutenant, but irrelevant." Alex was dismissed, with orders to remain on base. The colonel assigned a security detail to monitor his movements. His communication access restricted, his freedom effectively ended. That night, Alex lay awake planning. He needed to warn Kira. The military would be hunting her now with renewed determination. Their satellite technology sensor arrays. Everything focused on finding the alien woman before her. People arrived. 3 days later, opportunity came. An emergency call from a remote survey team, their vehicles disabled. By landslides following the fire, Alex volunteered, joining the rescue party. His security detail reluctantly allowed it. The mission deemed safe controlled. The team deployed by helicopter, dropping into rough terrain. Alex separated from the group, claiming to scout the eastern ridge. Instead, he ran the forest, still smoldering in places, providing cover. The tracking device in his equipment left attached to a fallen log. The security team would follow the signal, buying him precious time. He moved quickly toward Kira's cave, hoping she had returned there after the fire. But the cave stood empty. Equipment removed. Nothing remained of her presence. Alex continued deeper into the mountains, following instinct more than logic. Where would she go? Their fire had destroyed much of the forest, exposed hidden areas, left her vulnerable. Night fell as he searched, the mountains growing darker, the temperature dropping. Rain threatened again. But Alex pressed on, determined to find her, warn her about the military hunt. He nearly missed the sign. A broken branch. Fresh, not weather damage, but deliberate marking. Following the trail, Alex found similar marks, small, subtle indicators, leading him deeper into unexplored territory. The path growing steeper, more difficult, higher into the mountains. Near midnight, he reached a hidden valley, nestled between towering peaks, a place satellites would struggle to monitor, the natural formations providing cover from aerial surveillance. In the center stood Kira's pod, reassembled, repaired. Its surface glowing with soft purple light. Kira emerged as he approached, her silver eyes reflecting moonlight. She wore her original armor, now restored clean. The warrior appearance returned. "You shouldn't have come," she said. "The military follows." "I know," Alex replied. "That's why I had to find you, warn you, they're hunting you now." After the rescue, Kira tilted her head. "Those families would have died." Alex nodded. "You revealed yourself to save them." Why? The alien woman considered the question. "Something changed," she admitted. "Watching humans during fire. Seeing them risk lives for strangers. No calculation of worth, no assessment of value, simply because they could help they did, yes." Alex said, "That's humanity, at our best anyway." Kira gestured for him to follow. Inside the pod, the space seemed impossibly larger than external dimensions suggested. Advanced technology lined the walls, systems Alex could barely comprehend. "They arrive soon," she said, pointing to a display showing orbital calculations. 2 days, perhaps 3. Alex felt his heart sink. 2 days before potential invasion, before Earth faced a species technologically centuries beyond them. "What will you tell them?" he asked. Kira studied him. "This world valuable," she began. "Resources, habitable, suitable for colonization." Alex felt hope crumbling, but she continued. "The inhabitants, unique, complex, valuable in different way. Understanding, compassion, still developing, but with potential worth. Preserving." Alex stared at her. "You mean, my recommendation will be observation only?" She confirmed. "No interference. Allow natural development study, but do not conquer." Relief flooded through Alex, then followed quickly by doubt. Will they listen to one pathfinder? Kira touched symbols on her armor, activating a holographic display. The markings on her skin brightened, her voice changing, becoming more formal. "I am Kira Clan Vorax," she said. "Line unbroken for 12 generations. Primary Pathfinder Alpha Sequence. My judgment carries weight of law by ancient. Covenant by blood." Right, Alex understood. Kira wasn't just any scout. She held significant rank among her people. Her assessment would matter. She showed Alex her formal report. Detailed analysis of human biology, psychology, sociology, technology assessment, threat evaluation, resource mapping. Everything her people would consider in determining Earth's fate. The final recommendation glowed in alien script: humanity designated protected development species, non-interference protocol, Alpha 7, protected. Alex whispered. Kira nodded. "This designation rare," she explained. Only 17 species across known systems hold this status. Species with unique traits, valuable diversity, cultural or biological significance, but her expression remained troubled. What is it? Alex asked. Kira gestured to another display. Not all will accept. Expansion faction grows powerful, hungry for new worlds. Some will challenge judgment, seek loopholes. How do we stop them? We don't. Kira replied, I do. She activated another system, her pod humming with increased energy. Defenses. Alex realized weapon systems coming online. When they arrive, I will stand as advocate, she explained. My position allows formal challenge. Any who disagree must face me, face you. Alex questioned. Meaning what? Exactly. Trial by combat, Kira said simply. Our oldest law. When consensus fails, strength decides. Alex felt cold understanding dawning. You'll fight to protect Earth, Kira nodded. One battle. My victory. Earth protected. My defeat. The stakes, terrifying. A single. Combat determining humanity's fate. But something bothered Alex. Why, he asked, after all this time learning about us? Why risk everything for humans? Kira studied him. Her head tilted in that now familiar gesture. You showed me something my people lost, she said, purpose beyond survival. Compassion without advantage. Diversity of thought, experience. Art without function. Stories without purpose. Life valued for itself, not utility. She moved closer. Her towering form softened somehow by her words, these things worth preserving. Worth fighting for, Alex recognized his own words reflected back. Worth fighting for. For 2 days they prepared. Alex remained with Kira. Knowing military search teams would be scouring the mountains, the colonel would not give up easily, but finding them before Kira's people arrived seemed unlikely. The valley well hidden. The pod systems masking energy signatures. Kira spent hours in meditation, preparing for the challenge she expected. Physical and mental preparation, or armor reconfiguring, enhancing capabilities. The markings on her skin pulsing with increased frequency. Alex watched in fascination as she performed complex combat sequences. Movements too fast for human eyes to track properly. Strength and speed beyond anything Earth had seen on the final night before arrival. Kira paused her preparations. She found Alex staring at the stars visible through the valley's narrow opening. You should leave, she said. Return to your people. If challenge comes being near. Dangerous. Alex shook his head. Whatever happens, I stay. This affects my world too. Kira studied him, those silver eyes reflecting starlight. You helped enemy, she said, risking much. Why? Alex considered the question. Because he finally said, I saw you, not as alien, not as threat, but as person. Making choices, learning, growing, changing. Trying to understand, Kira moved closer until she stood beside him, both looking upward at the same stars. Different worlds circling different suns, yet in that moment connected. Are not so different, you and I, she said, both caught between duty and belief. Both seeking right. Path dawn broke with alarm systems activating throughout the pod, sensors detecting approaching ships. Kira moved with renewed purpose, checking systems, preparing defenses. They come, she announced, ships entering atmosphere. Soon here Alex felt fear grip him but pushed it aside. Where? The alien leader advanced, her movements fluid, graceful despite her imposing size, her armor more elaborate than Kira's. The markings on her skin pulsed with brilliant intensity, symbols of rank and lineage. Alex realized, daughter, the leader spoke. The U, word translated somehow in Alex's mind. Though he knew she used her native language, Kira's mother studied him with those penetrating silver eyes. So, this is why you delayed signal. Kira stepped forward formally, her posture showing respect but not submission. Mother, I present Alex Carter of Earth, representative of humanity. I have completed assessment of this world and its inhabitants. The leader circled Alex, examining him with clear curiosity, her height even greater than Kira's, her presence more commanding. Other warriors remained at distance, weapons ready but not threatening. Not yet, you bring primitive to formal presentation, the leader said. This violates protocol. Kira stood her ground. This one saved my life. Mother. When my pod crashed, shows compassion. Intelligence represents best qualities of species. The leader completed her circuit around Alex. This changes nothing. Daughter formal assessment recorded. Kira activated her armor display. The glowing symbols projected between them. My assessment recommends protected development status Alpha. 7 classification Mother. By right of Pathfinder, I submit formal judgment. Murmurs spread through the assembled warriors. Some clearly surprised. Some disapproving. One stepped forward larger than others. His skin, darker. His armor bearing symbols of military rank. Absurd, he growled. This world ripe for colonization. Resources abundant, native species primitive. Barely achieved planetary travel, conquest would be simple. Kira turned to face him. Commander Vex, your opinion noted. But judgment is mine by law. By blood. Right, Vex sneered. Your judgment clouded. Pathfinder contaminated by primitive influence. The commander gestured dismissively at Alex. Emotional response. Not strategic assessment. I challenge judgment, he declared formally. By ancient right, by combat trial. Alex felt tension ripple through the gathered aliens. The stakes clarified. A formal challenge that would decide Earth's fate. Kira's mother studied both warriors. The challenge valid, she acknowledged. By our law, Commander Vex has right. Kira nodded, accepting without surprise. I stand by assessment, she said. I accept challenge. The leader raised her hand, signaling to the ships. A circle formed in the clearing. Energy barriers rising, creating combat. Arena other warriors arranged themselves as witnesses. Their expressions ranging from excitement to concern. Kira's mother approached her daughter, speaking softly. Why risk this, Kira? This world not worth your blood. Kira glanced toward Alex, standing, uncertain at the circle's edge. They are worth more than you know, Mother. They possess something we lost long ago. The leader followed her gaze. What could primitives possibly offer our kind? Hope, Kira answered simply. Commander Vex prepared himself, his armor reconfiguring, enhancing his already formidable size. Weapons emerging from hidden compartments. His markings glowing with aggressive energy. Alex moved to Kira before she entered the circle. You don't have to do this, he said. We'll find another way. Kira touched his shoulder gently. This is our way, she explained. The only way they will accept. This world worth fighting for. Alex watched helplessly as she stepped into the circle. Her own armor shifting, adapting, becoming more streamlined for combat. The Pathfinder transformed into warrior. Her silver eyes focused, calculating. The leader's voice rang out. Challenge accepted. Combat begins at signal. Continues until submission or death. Judgment follows victor. By ancient law. By blood right. She raised her hand, then dropped it sharply. Vex attacked immediately. His speed shocking for his size, bladed weapons extending from his armor. He struck with precision, aiming for vital points. Kira moved like water, around his strikes, never directly opposing. His greater strength, her own weapons more defensive. Designed to redirect rather than overpower. Alex watched in horrified fascination. The combat unlike anything human. His military training recognizing tactics strategy, but executed with impossible speed strength technology. Energy weapons activated briefly. Flashes of light as armor systems engaged. Defense countering offense in complex interaction. Neither combatant gaining clear advantage, but slowly inevitable. Vex, greater size, greater strength, began to tell Kira forced defensive. Unable to mount effective counterattack. Her movements slowing slightly. Each exchange wearing her down. Alex felt helpless. Earth's fate unfolding before him with no way to intervene. The rules absolute. The consequences final, then disaster. Kira stumbled slightly. One momentary lapse in perfect defense. Vex capitalized instantly, his blade piercing her armor, finding flesh beneath. Purple blood spilled onto arena floor. Kira fell to one knee, her systems flickering. Damage evident. The commander moved in for finishing strike. His blade raised victory in his grasp. "Stop," Alex shouted. Before he could think, rushing forward. Breaking protocol, entering sacred space. Warriors moved to intercept him. Weapons raised. But Kira's mother held up her hand, curious. Perhaps allowing this violation, Alex reached Kira, supporting her. The commander paused, surprised by this interruption, this human daring. "This isn't our way," Alex said to Kira, looking into those silver eyes. "This single combat, deciding everything, it's wrong. One person shouldn't determine fate of billions." Kira struggled to stand. "This is our law," she said. "Our tradition. Then your tradition is flawed," Alex replied firmly. "Humanity doesn't work that way. We decide things together. Different voices, different perspectives, that's our strength. Not perfect, but better than this." He turned, facing Commander Vex, facing Kira's mother, facing all assembled warriors. "You want to judge humanity," he called out. "Then judge us properly. Not by single combat. Not by one person's assessment, but by understanding who we really are. What we offer." The leader stepped forward, intrigued. "What do you propose?" Human Alex thought quickly. "Test us," he said. "Send representatives. Live among us. Learn from us. Let us learn from you. Not conquest, not isolation, but exchange. Then decide our worth." Kira's mother studied him. "Not traditional approach." She noted. Alex nodded. Standing straighter. "Exactly my point. Tradition can be honored, but also questioned. Improved. That capacity to change, to adapt, to grow, that's humanity. And maybe that's something your people need too." Commander Vex growled, advancing again. Combat not concluded, challenge not complete. But the leader raised her hand again, stopping him. "Interesting proposal," she said. "The human offers alternative path. Observation period, extended assessment, council would need to approve." Vex protested. "Weakness," he spat. "Delay only. Inevitable conclusion same." Perhaps Kira's mother acknowledged. "But wisdom sometimes requires patience." "Commander." She approached Alex. Her towering presence intimidating, yet somehow less threatening now. "You defend my daughter, human." Why? Alex met her gaze. "Because she defended us first, by her judgment. Now with her life. She saw something in humanity worth preserving. I believe there's something in your people worth preserving too. Understanding over conflict, cooperation over conquest." The leader considered these words, then turned to assembled warriors. "Signal the council," she ordered. "Request extended deliberation on Earth status, combat judgment suspended, pending further assessment." Vex stepped back, clearly displeased but unwilling to challenge the leader's authority directly. Others moved to carry out orders. The energy barrier dissipating. The formal challenge paused, if not concluded. Alex helped Kira to her feet, her self-healing systems already repairing damage. Purple blood flow slowing, her strength returning gradually. "You took great risk," mother and daughter said simultaneously to each other. Then both turned to Alex. "And you greatest risk of all," Kira's mother observed. "For species not your own, for daughter, not your kin." Alex shook his head. "For friend," he corrected. "For right thing. Both our species have much to learn." I think in the days that followed, ships arrived in orbit. Larger, more imposing council representatives, diplomatic corps, scientific teams, all hidden from human detection. Their technology ensuring secrecy, while deliberations continued. Military search teams, including Colonel Wilson, continued hunting for signs of alien presence but found nothing. The visitors too advanced to detect. Their observation, perfect. Their patience, greater. Kira recovered quickly. Her position as Pathfinder reinstated. Her assessment, given formal weight in council deliberations. Her experience with humans, particularly Alex, providing context for larger discussions. Alex found himself central to unprecedented first contact. Unofficial ambassador for humanity. Meeting with alien. representatives explaining human culture, history, beliefs, answering endless questions about Earth's development, potential Kira's mother, High Commander Solara, as Alex learned to call her, became unexpected ally, curious about human adaptability, intrigued by concepts like democracy, individual rights, creative expression, things her species had sacrificed for unity strength. The council deliberated for weeks, watching, learning, assessing. Some members advocated conquest, some protection, some simple observation, without interference. During this time, Alex and Kira continued their work together, showing aliens' humanity's complexity, strengths, weaknesses, possibilities, together showing humans at least the few cleared for contact, that aliens need not be feared, that differences could bridge understanding. One night, standing beneath stars visible from mountain observation post, Alex asked, question that had bothered him since beginning. Was this your plan all along, he asked, when you let me rescue you, when you began learning our ways?